Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 12th of December, 2018. Can you believe we're less than 2 weeks away from Christmas already? Here's the ES front month futures contract, the daily chart of the broad market in futures form, and we gapped up and sold off, came back and closed basically even for the day after all that. But it was a big gap up. We'll talk about that in a moment when we look at the intraday action. Let's go through the major daily charts that matter. Crude oil up 47 cents, but only to 52.12, so there's nothing there that should scare us. Gold up 3, not a big deal there as well. S&P cash index literally lost less than a point, 0.94. That's about as flat as you can be on the S&P. The NASDAQ 100 had slipped into negative territory, but closed plus 21.5. Opened up almost 100 points though. SOX up 7, that's a blip. Biotech's up 4, that's a blip. There's a 13 secret buy signal here on the biotechs. It's interesting because the last one we got back in May, you can see, led to a rally for 4 months. So are we going to get that now, or is this market breaking down? We'll see what happens. Russell 2000 down $2.96. That's a new closing low for the year on the Russell 2000. The VIX down 88 cents to 21.76. The trend gains closes at 1.11. And that 10-day moving average, because of some pretty high numbers, is up at 1.27. NASDAQ volume, 2.2 billion shares. It's actually one of the lightest days in a week or two. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was negative 393. So more stocks down than up. On the New York, it was negative 310. Google gains $8.47. Apple down just 97 cents. But that is a new closing low since May. On Apple, Netflix down $4.38. Amazon gains $2.21. Tesla gains 1.61. Facebook's up 23 cents. Goldman Sachs down 2.03. That's a new closing low for the year on Goldman. The 20-year bond ETF, that's the TLT, which had bounced up, is now down 2 cents. And Dow Jones Industrial, the average, down only 53 cents. This thing's flat for the year really now, and that's about it. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart intraday on the ES. You can see the gap up. The first hour was just dead flat, first 90 minutes almost. Then we finally started to come in, filled the gap just at the start of lunch, went flat again, dipped a little lower, came back, and then slipped late in the day. NASDAQ side filled the gap just after lunch, came back up, and then slipped. And like I said, still closed green there. All right, so in terms of economic data that's coming out on Wednesday. Got the CPI an hour before the bell. That's a big one. Crude oil inventories now are in. 10-year bond auction at 1 p.m. But there are some more important things to think about here. We have this Wednesday is probably the last solid day of the week that we have. I mean, you never know with news, obviously. But Thursday and Friday are the quarterly futures contract roll, and that tends to slow down the markets. So be aware of that. That takes the technical stuff out while we roll from the December contract to the March 2019 contract. Can't believe that's happening already. That's in preparation for next week's options expiration, triple expiration. So we'll see what we get on Wednesday. We'll have one more market preview for the rest of the week and go from there. Got another solid week of trading next week until maybe Friday when it's triple expiration plus everybody leaving for the holiday. And then the week after is usually a bust. And then we get back to work in the new year, which is usually exciting. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week. Wednesday.